Russian state TV can provide a window into the Kremlin. The networks are tasked with telling Vladimir Putin's preferred version of events. But what's perhaps most remarkable about their coverage these days is what they're not talking about.
I don't perceive a lot of war preparations, not in the rhetoric on state TV.
This Canadian-Ukrainian journalist has lived in Russia for 35 years. He remembers the warmongering prior to Russia's invasion of Georgia in 2008 and annexation of Crimea in 2014. Back then, Russian TV screens were dominated by images of violent Ukrainians overthrowing their pro-Russian government. But Fred Weir says this time is different.
The tone in state TV is the hope for peace. I just don't see the warmongering that is imputed to Russia. There's virtually nothing about the military maneuvers and buildups.
Much of the coverage has focused instead on diplomacy, on Putin, the great statesman, forcing the Americans to the table.
In that situation, the Russian regime can present itself as a strong international power, as a power that wants peace but is ready to defend itself.
Rasmus Nilsson says that's likely due to Russia's national mood. Opinion polls show ordinary Russians do not want war with Ukraine. This independent Russian pollster says that Russians are completely opposed to war. They want a diplomatic solution. But they also believe that the West will stop at nothing to push Kyiv to attack Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine. That belief is fueled in part by headlines like these, claiming without evidence that Kyiv and NATO plan to attack Russian-speaking communities in eastern Ukraine. Analysts warn this propaganda is designed to convince Russians that the Kremlin has no choice but to intervene in Ukraine.
Will be classic false flag, that we're moving now because they are preparing an attack. And to save our fellow Russians from Ukrainian aggression, we have no other alternative but to do this.
A potential Russian military invasion of eastern Ukraine being sold as a humanitarian rescue mission to defend a Russian-speaking population against attacks from the West. Jeff Semple, Global News.